want to talk about the Warriors a little bit, man. Um, because when those teams, when other teams play against the Warriors, I it's not like the Clippers. They ain't trying to embarrass them, but they kicking them while they down a little bit, man. Teams are kind of going at them. So my
Mhm.
question to y'all is, does Steph get another pass this year, or is it time for him to kind of accept where he's at, and the roster he has, and he has to produce? He's still in his prime. Um, Granted, he ain't got Klay Thompson out for the season. Draymond's got a sore hamstring, but he'll be back. I think he has enough to where he should be competitive and at least in terms of making the playoff. It should be a competitive um, race for the playoffs with him. He's a unanimous MVP, two-time MVP, 1 year unanimous. Like, are we holding him accountable or are we giving him a pass, man? I'm gonna start with you on this one, BG.
I personally, I think I'm gonna give him a pass, and it's just because I think it, and I guess its passing is kind of not. Here's one of my points is I think it's starting to show how much Klay Thompson really was important to that team. Obviously, we knew that, but the importance of him being not the third or fourth option, but obviously with KD there, um, you know, Curry there and all that. I think he got lost every now and then, but we knew like real basketball people know how important he was. But I'm gonna give him a pass this year, but it's I agree with you, John. I think they should be more competitive than what they've shown. But you can just see. I saw the first game. I was only able to watch the first game against the Nets, and granted, the Nets, are legit, but they just look so lost. They don't look like they run that system the way they did. I think one of you guys brought it up in the group chat. Draymond's such a huge part of getting people in spots and putting them in situations which they would be in. But I mean, watching the Warriors of old, even before KD got there, you would just see how naturally the offense flowed. They knew how to read. They knew if this wasn't there, you go back door or you curl it or whatever. Here, you could see a lot of people running into each other, pointing. You go this way, I go this way. So I'm gonna give them a pass. I think they should at least be contending for the last two spots of the Western Conference. But I wouldn't say he's not as good as we know he is because of this year. But I think it's obviously everything's put in his hand now to kind of figure it out with this new group. So I'll give him a pass this year.
So when you give him a pass, is that in terms of not making playoffs or for his play?
For his,
Because he's not playing great. He's
yeah,
playing okay.
that's a good question. I think it would be for for the playoffs because I think his play has to be there if you're going to be ranked up there. Obviously, he changed the game by the way he plays, the way he shoots the ball, but I think it would be for the playoffs. I think his game's got to do something. Obviously, you got to go out there. If you got to go up there and drop 35, close to 30 points a game, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I mean, he's going to have to be out there. Probably not get a lot of rest, but I will give them a pass on not making the playoffs. But like you said, John, I think they have a good enough team to compete, especially if he plays the way he's supposed to play.
Go ahead, Jay. This is something you kind of touched up on in the past when we used to talk about top PGs. So I'm gonna let you go.
Um, yeah, I feel like I agree with BG to the point where he has to get them to the seventh or eighth seed. I'm disappointed though, man. I feel like Stephen Curry is the greatest player that's ever played with the lowest expectations I've ever seen.
For real. Like when
Think
you
about what
really
I
think
just
about
said.
it.
He's the greatest player
Yeah.
that's ever played the game with the lowest expectations I've ever seen. He's a
Like LeBron's the
two-time
greatest. Never mind.
Right.
no, he's a
With the
two-time
most. Yeah. Yeah.
MVP. They won 73 games that year that they lost, and probably one of the biggest people would say upsets in NBA history. Um, Kevin Durant came over and they won two more. He's never won a Finals MVP. Here's what killed me. And this is one narrative. I don't know if y'all caught it. It's going to sound like shade, but it's not shade. Steph hasn't been playing well this year. So what did ESPN do?
At all.
Do y'all know what ESPN did? ESPN showed a
Show him a
clip
video of him making
of Steph
105
making
threes.
105 threes in a row. Now, let me say this right now. I have never done it. I cannot do it. So, everybody in the comments, I cannot and have not ever made 105 threes in a row. What that man did is amazing. However, if Kobe Bryant was sticking it up like this, we not showing Kobe working on fades in practice. We not showing LeBron doing military presses in the weight room. Their ESPN is on his head. What's wrong with LeBron? Kobe had Chris Mill. He still was supposed to win. Nah, man.
They do it for Bron a little bit. They show his workout at the else. Don't do that.
Yeah, but it's different, bro. It's different. LeBron.
You're right. You're right.
I'm not gonna make it another LeBron episode. What I'm saying is, Stephen Curry, man, has to get more blame, bro. Like, you went and you got Andrew Wiggins, who was a 19 or 20 point scorer. Kelly Oubre was a 19 or 20 point scorer. They weren't winning games, but you should have enough, man. You're Stephen Curry.
They're not doing anything either, though, Jay.
Yeah, but
they're like 3 for 58. But they're like 3 for 8, so it's not like we could say they're killing too.
No, I agree with you. But I'm saying is, he's a 2-time MVP. When Kwame Brown was
unanimous MVP, bro.
When Kwame Brown was sticking it up, they didn't say they still blame Cole. Man, Cole need to win. Kwame Brown was terrible. Nah, Cole got to win. What? And then we gonna talk about 358? Nah, man, they barely beat the Bulls. It was so bad. I'm gonna let y'all take it. It was so bad. The game, the shot that Damian Lee made. I don't know if y'all watched that play. Stephen Curry was open. Y'all still didn't run the play right. Stephen Curry was wide open. And you throw the ball. You better be thankful we made that shot. Boy, because Stephen Curry was wide open for game. And you threw it to Damian Lee. Come on, man. Like, I don't know. He ain't got a lot to work with, man. But Damian Lillard,
but Jay, he came in, obviously he was a high draft pick, but he was that guy in college, obviously, but he never came in like the greatest ever. He's going to be this. They always came in, he's too short. Not going to be able to shoot the ball like that.
BG, I'm disappointed. I am.
I'm just saying.
I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
Why? It's the truth.
You was on Bron when he didn't get the Lakers to the playoffs.
Yeah, but Bron came out with a cast after he got swept. Talking about y'all like this. I'm not doing this.
Right.
So it's fact. He's not a core. I mean, I'm not.
That's crazy though. We're not gonna hold Steph accountable, but
I said I would. I said I would.
You said for not making the playoffs, but not his play.
Yeah, I mean, you're still only 3 games in, man.
Okay. hey, I know that saying of it's just one loss or it's just been 3 games. It don't look good at all.
Pop said it when the Lakers lost on ring night. It's 1-8, 1-72.
Yeah, but the Warriors ain't the defending champions.
True.
And they ain't got the best 2 players in the world. So that's different. And Steph Curry, I saw a stat, bro. Steph Curry, I think for the season or something, bro, he was like 8 for 50 from 3.
Is he?
Yes, bro.
They all can't shoot right.
It might be less than 8. And then Kelly Oubre, they said Kelly Oubre, how do you say Oubre? Kelly Oubre, he hasn't made a jumper all season. He hasn't made one jumper all season.
They're combined. Him and Wiggins are combined like 4 for 30-some or 40-some.
Ooh, wait.
Go ahead, Craig.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say, I wasn't going to say this till Jay brought it up, and I said this on many different shows, different people with different, personalities and reputations, they get passes that they may or may not deserve. We talked about players that don't get them, like the Tim Hardaways, the Chris Webbers, and I think that when I get piggybacked what Jay said, he's not held accountable based on what his reputation is, But me personally, I just think that people were saying even if Clay was here that they would have been contenders. I disagreed then. I just think that they would age and their style of play and how much better the whole league is, not just the Western Conference has gotten. It would hard to be able to accomplish that. But I would say you got to give him a pass because he just ain't got the horses to, and it's based on what like I said on the last show, we all have our own barometers of how we rate these players and what they need to accomplish in our own, for our own personal opinions on how good they are. But it's like, I mean, what do you expect though? I mean, AC maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different teams that he's just not gonna go through. You got the Spurs. I mean, you got the Suns that got better. You know what I'm saying? You got obviously Portland. I mean, and you look at his first game. There's no way they were gonna win to the Nets. They lost by 39 to the Bucks. He put up 19. He had to put up 36 for them to win by 1 point over the Bulls. You know how bad they are.
He shot
So
8 for 35.
yeah, but it's like, but I'm like, it's kind of like piggyback what we said last show. You can be a great player, man, but you need
help.
You need help to win. You
need help.
I mean, this league has shown over the last 10 years, you need at least two players, two superstars to win, and that's not me. I mean, the numbers and what happened, it says it speaks loudest. You know what I mean? My expectations ain't that high for him. Now, if he makes the playoffs, I think that'd be a good accomplishment. But even if he makes the playoffs, they're gonna get thumped in the first round. I mean, based on how good the West is. So I say give him a pass just based on what he's working with now.
Let me ask Jared this. Let me ask Jared before Pops goes. Jared, after LeBron got hurt his first year here, and they didn't make the playoffs, what did we do? We gave him a pass, right? Because he didn't have enough. They were too young. The coach was inexperienced. So it's like, I know it's not the exact same situation, but he didn't have enough. Curry doesn't have enough right now. Like I said, Wiggins and Oubre could be that, but they're not showing it right now. So if
LeBron did not get hurt that year and they didn't make the playoffs, it would have been a fail. I would have blamed LeBron. The only reason I felt LeBron got a pass because he got hurt. But before LeBron,
but he had a chance to come back. He had a chance to come back and get him at least into the 7th or 8th seed with a bunch of dudes that nobody wanted.
Yeah,
we gave him a pass.
You can't say dudes is stinking it up when you're stinking it up. When LeBron came back, he was still LeBron. He was still 25, 8, and 8. Steph's not Steph right now. So I get
3 games in. You're talking about this dude played 30 games and got hurt, and then he came back. This dude's 3 games in. Like, we're making it seem like this dude should be 3-0. Nobody thought they would be 3-0.
When we're talking about holding him accountable, we're obviously talking about the longevity of the season. So you're saying he's 3 games in, meaning that he's not going to shoot like this forever. If he's not going to shoot like this forever and he's playing better, then that's different. But I'm saying as of right now, like, he has to play better. That's not on Kelly. That's not on Andrew Wiggins. If Steph is being Steph, it opens things up for everyone else. But if you don't have one guy on that team doing their job, which is Steph Curry, if he's not being great, it makes everyone else's job, those role players, it makes their job harder.
But this is what I was saying, and I know Pop's got to go, but this is what I was saying. I feel like he's always got a pass. He's always had so much talent around him. When he has these slumps that he has right now, we don't really talk about it because they win anyway. Because they have Clay, they have Draymond, and they have KD. So when Steph stinks it up, no one says anything because he always has so much help. I think with Cole, with Bron, with other guys at that level, when they stink it up, they get blamed, regardless if they have help or not. Like, they get blamed. Giannis got destroyed as he should last year. He was the MVP of the league, and they lost in the 2nd round. We're talking about a former 2-time MVP not making the playoffs. Cole only got 1 MVP. He got 1 more MVP than Cole, and he get a pass. Nah,
Cole
man.
took Smush Parker, man. He took Smush Parker to the playoffs.
So we're comparing LeBron. We're comparing Curry and Kobe on the same level.
Bro, he's a
2 MVPs.
Are you kidding me?
MVPs, LeBron knew he deserved too.
Hey, B, let me ask you this: Who's these kids' generation's Kobe? Who's their Kobe?
Curry and LeBron. I don't see it. I get the point you guys are saying. I don't see it.
That's crazy, man. Hey, when you switch this, you're destroying LeBron. You're destroying him. If this was LeBron doing this, bro, you're destroying him. Me too. But like you're destroying
and
him.
I just said why though. I always said this. It's the antics for me with LeBron. It's never been about his play.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
It's the truth.
Pops, bring it full circle for us.
Come on, Pops.
You know he tripping, Pops.
Come on, tell us the key, Pops.
Let me break this down.
Hey, boss, we appreciate you standing there patient too, bro.
Hey, man, no, it's cool, man.
I would have been cut somebody off.
No, it's cool. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. And I'm gonna take it like this, and no shade against the dude, but you gotta hold him accountable. You have to hold him. If it's Cole getting held accountable for that. Magic, Larry Bird, AI, they're getting beat up for this. Now, what's going on? Because what's happening is the league is babying Golden State right now. That's what they're doing. They're babying them. They don't want to get on Steve Kerr now. All of a sudden, they don't want to get on him. Draymond got the hamstring. It's point blank. You got to hold that dude accountable. You know what you got. It's easy to blame Andrew. Andrew Wiggins, we might well just put him in the bus product. He is over. But what Steph is doing, and Steph didn't just start this. Steph was doing this before he hurt his hand last year. Steph was doing this before he hurt his hand, and he was struggling. I mean, you can even go back to far as, and I'm gonna piggyback on an old episode we had. You might as well really can piggyback on when they lost that 3-1 series. He was some of the reason for that. He was some.
That was Harrison Barnes.
It was. I mean, that's Harrison Barnes. But when you want to turn it full circle and break it down, we're babying him, man. We are babying him. He stunk it up. He stinks it up. And you cannot go. Well, yeah, he doesn't have the horses. But
we'll see what's the season. It's premature.
It is, but we're speaking hypothetically. If he doesn't handle what he's supposed to do, like, are we holding him accountable?
Listen, you put AI playing against Kyrie and KD, I guarantee you AI would have lost about 30. He'd have made that game at least about 15 because he got that much heart. Steph doesn't play like that. It's like we're going to run around and run up a screen.
He was jacking them up. He's been jacking them up. It's not like he's just sitting out there like the Clippers were.
John brought up a valuable point. I think it was John. He was
unanimous, B. Unanimous.
And then I don't know if Craig, because Craig would kind of agree with me.
Has never been done.
Craig only want to hold Kawhi accountable. So
that's not true, man. No, I'm fair. I'm fair with everybody.
Exactly.
No, I told you, hey, I'm happy you said that because I held Kawhi accountable because you left a championship team, brought somebody else over, and that you put a bigger target in your back. Period.
But we ain't gonna hold Steph accountable though.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But listen to what I'm saying. I think this season. We have to hold
Nobody
him more accountable.
Anything.
No, we have to hold him more accountable based on how he plays personally. But realistically, But to realistically think that team's gonna make it, that team might barely make it to the playoffs. I mean,
that's fine. I agree with that. Like if you're not gonna make the playoffs, like your best player has to be your best player.
Right, but I think too
the best player.
But like if we're gonna say this, like Brian has a good point, man. We 3 games in.
That's my thing, and I should have said when you asked me, John. You said, "Are we gonna give him a pass for his player? The team not making it." I said, "We gotta get on him if he doesn't play the way he's supposed to." Nobody expected anything after. We all know we could all sit here and say we know they weren't going to be contenders, but we all expected them to be in the playoffs if Clay was there. Once Clay got hurt, we said we don't care about the Warriors anymore. Nobody cared about him.
Because everybody before Clay got hurt, quiet as it kept, everybody had them dudes almost a number 2 seed.
Before Clay got hurt?
Before he got hurt. Oh man.
They were up there.
I don't know about that. I'm not a part of that. I don't know about up there. I don't know.
With Clay, they're definitely a playoff team.
Yeah, with Clay, I don't know about number 2, but they're definitely in the playoffs.
Watch out for them and watch out for that. What?
John, when Kobe stuck it up after Shaq left and he was getting his, what would we say? Well, he got his. What else was he supposed to do? Right?
He got his though.
And that's what I'm saying. There's 3 games in. He's gonna get his. He's not.
We're talking about 3 games in, though. B. We didn't do
And
it.
I get
15 games in. We're talking
and I
about
get
these 3
that.
games in.
And okay, and he's thinking, all
How
right, so
much
these three games in, we got to get on. We can't give a pass. When the season ends and he gets his what he's usually because he's a unanimous MVP, and he's one of the greats. We're gonna have to give him a pass. He did what he could do.
I mean,
Don't look like it's
they had some ugly losses though, man.
You think he's gonna average 15 the rest of the year? That's disrespectful. It does look bad. I saw the game. I know it looks bad, but for his caliber,
I saw all 3.
You keep bringing it up. Unanimous MVP, 2-time MVP. You think he's only going to average 15 points a game this year?
Hey, bro.
Off of 3 games?
Is Cole going 3 games like that, B? Is LeBron James going 3 games like that?
Kobe is way past Curry. So, no, we know that.
But you're saying he's an all-time great,
by
himself.
You're you guys got on me. I said but I'm saying, because when I said earlier, we go back and check the film like Pop said. When I said we're comparing Kobe and Curry, you and Jay were like, "Oh, we're not." I never compared. I don't think he's up there. Obviously, he's
so who do we compare Curry to? If not Kobe and LeBron, them who
like another superstar. I don't know. I can't think of the top of my head, but he's not a legend in my eyes.
The reason why it's hard to find somebody to compare because his game is so different. Man. Like you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
He's a legend.
I can't believe you're comparing him to Kobe.
He's a legend. Don't you do that?
Let's celebrate. This dude has won 3 championships.
And you guys always get on him about how much help he has.
Just say he changed the game, B.
He's won 3 championships. He's had 2 regular season MVPs. We about to compare him to Dame Lillard? Come on, man.
Said that. To me, I've seen.
But then there's people that think Dame Lillard is better than him, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. What I've seen Kobe do, I've never seen anybody else do. Obviously, other people have their opinions. I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody like Curry who could shoot the ball like he can from wherever he can. So maybe I'll go back. I'm not saying he's not a legend. He obviously changed the game. I'm saying personally, me growing up watching Kobe, I've never seen nobody. I touched the ball because of Kobe. It's like I don't. That's why to me I can't compare.
Before you keep going, we already know. Our viewers know how you feel about Kobe.
Yeah,
and I know you don't feel that way about Steph Curry. But this generation, this basketball world, Steph Curry is that. So that's why we have to hold him at that accountability level.
I see it now. I get you. That just to me, I don't. But I get what you're saying.
That's because you don't feel like he's like he ain't Cole, he ain't Bron. I agree. But they talk about Curry like he's Cole, man.
True. I get you. I see what you're saying. I see it.
Can I say? Oh, go ahead, Pops. Go ahead.
Then one of the problems that they're having, man, when you're successful like that, like the success that came to them, every organization that's successful like that, you're going to go through that. You just going to go, but it's how you and Kobe had to go through it. When Magic retired, James Worthy had to go through it. But I think with Steph, you got on certain things. I know
wait.
No, but because I mean, when Magic left, man, Byron Scott and James Worthy looked like trash. But they did.
Hey, bro. First of all, look, man. Love James Worthy. Love Byron. They're not. No, man. No.
So okay, now I'm not going to get into this.
No.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
No.
Y'all.
No, we're not doing that.
Y'all crazy.
We're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that.
That's how.
See, look, now you're gonna take it as we think. Now you're gonna take it as we think Dame Worthy's not that. Like, if we're talking about the stuff we're talking about right now, no, man, no Byron Scott, no James Worthy, man.
When you're looking at pieces, Steph Curry look like they ain't making no playoffs. They're not making the playoffs.
No, I agree with you. I just didn't agree with the James Worthy comparison. I didn't agree with that.
I said was when Magic left, that's how Golden State look now. That's exactly how they look.
Yeah, but Magic was the best player though. Like he's the best player. He was the franchise player. When KD left, Steph, when KD was there, Steph was still considered the franchise player. If Clay's there, Steph is still considered the franchise player. They didn't lose a franchise player.
You see how look. Okay, they gotta see, but here again, we can't really do that because they got a number one pick on their team. Is he a number one pick?
He played 2 games in college, Pops.
Is he a number one pick? Anytime you get picked from 1 to 10, you are responsible for changing that franchise life. That's what the lottery is. Steph was what, 6 or 8, whatever that case may be. Still, we give him the accolades. Now we don't want to let him have that pressure. No, he has to have that. He has to take some blame. So does Steve Kerr has to take some blame. They have to. We gonna blame this on Draymond Green, please. Draymond Green gonna do him a set screens and pass the ball.
And all Steph does is come off screens and shoot the ball. So he's very important over there. He's very important. Yeah. That's very important to Steph, man.